can be, again, a very snowbally map. The momentum can take you very far forward, especially if you win a very clean point A fight. You'll carry those ultimates into point B, whereas the defense will probably not have as many tools on their side.
As you saw in those highlights, these divas have been self-destructing everybody. There's been a veritable buffet of self-destructs that have been very, very effective, both from Fried and Gods. But hey, there are other people on the team that have been effective as well. We're going to see this right here, right now. Who's going to be effective here on HamTornado? We will find out very soon. Second win is going to start on that defense. We are going to see these mirror comps as Gladiators Legion is going to change everything in spawn. They're both going to use that Zenyatta, that Discord Orb, so important to keep that Reinhardt back and not aggressing onto your team, but also getting that extra damage as well. Farah's going to start off with the whip shot, not only hit the shield, but hey, you made contact. Some things just matter like that, right?
Exactly. Hey, you know, like every little bit of damage helps, and hey, a pin kill helps as well. Akawa maybe not getting the memo that the whole team scrambling backwards on their heels to try and defend point A, gets caught away from the rest of his team, goes down, and with the loss of your Reinhardt, it is going to be a mad team kill for Gladiators Legion.
That whip shot onto Karkar was very nice as well, but Gladiators Legion is going to walk onto this first point. Hollywood, you know, they were held on A on their second try, but these point A's for both of these teams have been going very, very fast. So they have been using this momentum to their advantage. They were able to get all 3 points first on Hollywood. Gladiators Legion will they be able to take this momentum and get in on this point? The ultimate economy tells me maybe not, but Panker could get that Earthshatter, Wolf could get that Transcendence, and Far will get that rally. They're waiting just a little bit longer, though.
Yeah, Panker, though, with the Earthshatter, a lot of whether or not that'll be successful will be off the back of Far helping with that shield bash to set up the Reinhardt. Though that combo did not come through very often on Hollywood, so hopefully the communication between main tank and Brig will be there this time.
All right, he has that Earthshatter. They have 4 second win on it too at the low ground. The second win's going to get the Transcendence himself, but 3 ultimates online for Gladiators Legion. Panker was stunned, so that shield bash is going to be down. Cooldown wise, and Earthshatter will go down. Akawa is going to get pinned away. Will they get the kill? Yes, they will. So there's 3 kills for Gladiators Legion. This could be a very quick first round on Hanamura for them. Fried getting Gods and that self-destruct could slow things down, but there aren't a lot of bodies for a second win to get this stall. 1 tick has been taken by Gladiators Legion so far. They will be getting 2. Will they be able to get the third, Ham?
Ooh, Karkar is the closest one to a support ultimate, but no! Dalton catches everybody off of the point, and there you go. That's one way to win out Hanamura. I didn't. No blood spilled. Right?
Well, that's an effective zoning grab, my friends.
Exactly.
That's not just a joke. Sometimes you use it and it works. In that specific situation, the grab made sure that their toes didn't tickle that point.
Yeah, what happened to second wind there? You know, sometimes point B assault just happens to you, right? You do everything right. You know, most teams expect that, hey, eventually we're going to have to give up point A. It's all about that point B defense. They actually had Haku's Trance online to keep themselves topped up and healthy, but unfortunately, in the duration of that trance, they weren't able to get any kills. Because here's the thing, even with the defensive respawns, as close as they are on point B, Hanamura, you can't just be sustaining on that point. Using those defensive ultimates is great, but you have to use that time, that latitude to go and find kills yourself. Otherwise, Gladiators, they're just going to keep sitting on your point, like, make us leave.
5 minutes and 54 seconds on that time bank is a lot. I believe they were able to do that whole push in about a minute. So is second win going to match it? Hey, they didn't worry about that time bank last time. They were just able to take it. But now let's look at this defense right here. It's the same as we've seen. It's going to be that GOAT's defense.
GOAT's defense, and for the offense, you know, Akawa, I've been Jabate in my day, all right? So main tank going Soldier 76 would be a look that we're certainly not expecting, and I'm not going to call it out. We're probably going to be seeing something more Zenyatta GOATs here, and it is very good. You can build up to those tank ultimates quickly off of a good, strong point A push and carry that into point B once again, because second win, they got to not only finish, but they got to do it with time.
And they're going to both be rocking that Zenyatta. Sometimes you will see the Moira here on point A, but it's not going to be here right now. Second win is going to be able to mirror Gladiators Legion, so this is going to be a skill test. Who's going to manage those cooldowns? Who's going to enable that Reinhardt? Will the supports get that peel? Let's see how they all interact together.
Yeah, Haku right now just throwing in that Zen. Primary Fire is actually really excellent to shred those shields, but it will be Akawa going down first. Second win going to have to beat a hasty retreat.
Well, and now that they have that pick, they're not going to have the numbers to to get onto the point, so they are smart, and they're going to reset. Even though it was just one pick, you don't want to invest and give Gladiators more ult charge.
Yeah, that is going to be devastating for Second Wind. They want this to be a very clean fight. Assault is not a map type where you can get away with just staggered kills here and there, but Akawa gets stunned.
Painter is taken low as well. Akawa once again is going to be the first to die on this attack, but this time they're going to invest just a little bit more. Brigitte has been isolated. They got to get the kill, and here it is. But now Second Wind's going to lose more time off of that clock.
Yeah, already there's no way that they can match Gladiators Legion's pace, but they still have the potential to finish out Hanamura as well. The closest ultimate will be Frill's Rally. That's certainly going to be strong, but against Dalton's Graviton Surge, if Gladiators Legion are able to follow up with a rally of their own, they're going to have such a huge advantage.
Yeah, Mirror and Dalton will potentially both have their grabs. Mirror just a little bit further. He will have it for this next fight. All Akawa needs to do is not die first or potentially get that pin. Reinhardt is so important in this. Without the Reinhardt, you don't got that goat's cock for what they're running right now. Pooks, though, is going to get that first kill onto Frill. First blood going to Gladiators Legion. Transcendence now from Second Wind. They're going to go ahead and invest into this because they have the ultimates. They're looking for Akawa to get a big Earth Shatter, but it wasn't there. Sound Barrier is going to keep the rest of Second Wind alive. Gods has that self-destruct. Will it get anything? And they did charge the Reinhardt, so no more shield for you, and that's why we're seeing those self-destruct kills. Mirror going down. Gladiators Legion, for the first time, what I feel like since Busan, has a defense going.
Absolutely. That, Capri Sun or whatever granola bars they had during halftime, certainly pepping them up. They're full of energy. Half the team on fire. They've been playing so well right now. Second Wind, Haku investing a Transcendence. Really interesting play when they had already lost Frill, so they knew they were going to take that last fight 5v6. They really hope to have that online for this next fight.
Gladiators Legion close to the support ultimate. Spar has dropped that rally, so the damage mitigation and armor once again is there for them. Mirror very close to that Graviton Surge, and that's going to be the opening that they're going to be looking for to get back on it to at this point. So close, only 5% away at this point. 100 energy, so he's also going to be doing that damage. Mirror was shield bashed, Akawa was shield bashed, and he's going to be taken down because of that. Second Wind will have to reset once again, but they do have good ults for this next attack.
They do have good ults. All you need is one clean team wipe. The offensive respawns are so much closer than the defenders, but there's less than 60 seconds left for Second Wind. They've thrown away so many pushes just with very, maybe basic miscommunications, and now Far looking to set up this Earth Shatter from Pinker, no doubt hiding away.
Second Wind is going to be rocking those three ultimates. Frill will have that rally. Shield Bash is going to go down, and Akawa will go down once again. Akawa has been first blood, I think, 3 or 4 times at this point. Gladiators Legion has a good defense. 32 seconds left. Second Wind's got one more shot.
Yeah, and that is such a dubious distinction for a Reinhardt. You don't want to be in that position. You have to stay strong, lead the charge, take space for your team. Second Wind, they have tons of tools online. They just haven't had the chance to use them now. This is going to be their last shot.
Rolf is going to save that Transcendence for Mirror's grab unless they decide to use it to aggress upon Second Wind to take some space away from them. They have 9 seconds left. Will they even be able to break through this? Reinhardt, the Graviton Surge from Dalton is going to say no. This is another zoning one. Gods is going to have that self-destruct, but nothing is going to happen because of it. Overtime has commenced. Someone is on that point. Earthshatter is going to whiff, and it was Diva. Fried is going to start overtime. But look at this. Frill's going to open it up. Hanker's going to be the first to fall this time. Hey, so you can trade that. No frills for Frill. Another D-Mech as well. Second Wind has an opening. Karkar has that sound barrier as well. Gladiators Legion have nothing, so Second Wind has the advantage for this fight. They will be taking this in overtime if they're going to be able to clean everything up, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Frills, that's right. Nothing fancy here, just some good old mace to the face. That was actually a really great counter grab from Mirror right there. It allowed Fried to have that space, get onto the point, start overtime, and from there, your enemy Reinhardt is going to be taking a lot of damage to the back of his head. Where is he going to shield? Reinhardt's shield, it's big and strong, but still mono-directional. It's really a lose-lose situation for your Rein right here, and now Gladiators Legion going to be looking to defend with potentially just a sound barrier online.
Pinker drops for the high ground, tries to get that Earth Shatter charge, gets really, really close. Oh, he's going to have that Earth Shatter right here, right now. When is he going to use it? After that Transcendence is over, and that's exactly what we're going to see. 3 are going to be knocked down. Gods is going to get that first kill for this defense once again. Akawa goes down at first. Evie, I see your face. A little bit of frustration there.
Yeah, and that was, again, a kind of questionable support ultimate usage from Karkar. These ultimates are so important for especially the attacking team, as you're going to be so far away from your own spawns, and you know you're going to have to take some brutal beatings in order to clear the point and actually start getting some point progress. However, no, they're rebounding back. Akawa is here.
They're doing the loop-de-loop, my friend. Second Wind has the ultimates to try to get this point. They just got to use them in the right order. Front is going to have to use that self-destruct to save that mech bar, and Panker with those shields are going to continue to live through that self-destruct. Gladiators now has that Transcendence, and once again, they're winning another battle where they were down on the ultimate economy.
Yeah, Gladiators Legion playing really well here. That is just some good old-fashioned vanilla Overwatch, what we saw. Second Wind had the advantage, although I'm, questioning something of this team's routes of engagement. It seems like they're trying to catch Gladiators Legion off guard, but they're running their race with only one shoe on. It seems like the positioning, for those last couple of pushes, not really there. You lose a member, you still invest a defensive ultimate. Hopefully they're going to be getting better value from Akawa's Earthshatter this time.
Maybe he found both of those shoes, and that's exactly what we're going to see. He got 2 size 12s, most likely. Got that Earthshatter down, get the charge kill as well. This is 6v5 on the objective. Second Wind looking very good. They have 2 ultimates on those supports too, so they're going to have an advantage for a while. Gladiators Legion very, very close to that Earthshatter. God's getting taken very, very low. Is actually going to get demeched. Haku's going to drop that Transcendence. Karkar is going to drop that Siren Barrier here very, very soon. He's not going to need it, as Second Wind, while they were almost held on point A, are going to get 2 ticks here, and a zoning grab of their own potentially will lock it up for them, but no, Lucio is able to get back right onto the point because of that sound barrier, but he's not going to be able to provide any of his team more of those shields. Self-destruct will get Dalton, and again, the numbers are for Second Wind. Gladiators Legion do have that spawn advantage, so somehow Gladiators Legion have to come back onto this point as a full 6. They got to get those picks. They got to get their feet on there. Dalton switching to Mei means, hey, we are in desperation zone right now. Will they be able to take that miracle and use it against Second Wind? As of right now, it's working as Boops, and he's going to get a double kill there. God's with that self-destruct kill. I think this is going to happen.
Yeah, Gladiators Legion beating back Second Wind, and this is an incredible defense right here. Dalton on the desperation. May, you got Panker on that desperation. Hammond, but it worked out. Second Wind, it was just a question of time to kill. Their focus fire wasn't there. Mirror tossed out a Graviton Surge, such a crucial ultimate, and caught nothing. Gladiators Legion simply backed up back into the safety of their own spawn, and Second Wind lost one of the most important tools they have. However, now they still have one more chance here. Akawa with that Earthshatter, but he has to be expecting this May.
Oh, maybe not. A lot of people do switch off after that desperation stall. There's 35 seconds left, so this is going to be that last fight. Earthshatter not going to get much, but Frill's going to get Panker. And look at this, the first 2 kills are going to go down for Second Wind. This May is not going to be enough, as finally Second Wind is going to get the kills that they need. Graviton is going to lock this up for Second Wind. Gladiators Legion, though, took about a minute off of that clock with that stall.
Second Wind, second grab, a lot more successful than the first, but as you said, Boop, it's just a numbers game, a question of seconds and minutes here, and Second Wind, they're only going to have about a minute to their name. See what they to their name to see what they can get done. You're really going to be hoping for some progress on point A. A complete point take would be the best case scenario, but Second Wind, kind of whiffing on a lot of the opportunities that Gladiators Legion offered them in that last round.
Well, Kawa going down first, and a lot of those first fights on a point A took a lot of time off the clock, and somehow, because of Pooks and those 2 kills, Gladiators Legion were able to stall on that last point, but 1 minute versus 6 minutes and 31 seconds. If I were Second Wind, I'd be a little nervous.
Yeah, certainly. This is going to be an uphill battle if you've ever seen one. Second Wind looking like they probably won't change off of their favorite Zenyatta Goats composition. Gladiators Legion certainly going to be staying with that tried and true as well. And why not? I just want to point out, once again, the support play from both sides has been excellent this round. Rolf flying in with that Transcendence when the entire team was shattered. Just some excellent play here. So Second Wind, they're going to be looking for a miracle.
Oh, miracle. You're saying it's going to be that hard? Hey, they didn't need a time bank last time. They might not need it this time, as they're going to start their push with a minute on the clock. Will Second Wind be able to take this point and get on B? Let's see, my friends at home. Second Wind is going to go ahead and start aggressing on a Gladiators Legion. They're going to try to wrap around and get back on it to the point. The Gladiators Legion is matching their movement right now. They will not be able to grab this point just yet. Second Wind is falling behind on that ultimate charge as well. Fred's going to go ahead and boost into the rest of the team, but Gods is going to take down Haku, and without that support, it's going to be much harder for Second Wind to grab this point.
Oh no, Second Wind need to die right now. They have one more shot, which is 27 seconds left here. Baby D.Va getting staggered as he runs his way to the very edge of the cliff. Gladiators Legion, they already have such an advantage here. Panker has been outpacing Akawa's Earthshatter charge this entire Hanamura map, and now he's going to have it setting up, looking for that shatter. He says, I don't need a brig set up this time around. I'm going to do it myself. JK, he doesn't want to get caught out and waste this opportunity that his team has.
All right, the Earthshatter is going to be unleashed. Knock a couple off the ground. Overtime did start because of Hammond. Mr. Wrecking Ball on Fried was able to touch, but will it be enough? The kills for Gladiators Legion are telling me absolutely not. We're going to see the ring around the rosy. The shield bash is going to stop that. That feels pretty good on the inside, I am sure. Gladiators still have a full 6. The Transcendence is not going to be there in time. Round 3 complete. Second Wind unable to take a tick.
Desperation Zoom Yada from Haku, but ended up getting body blocked. Now that is a feels bad. Not even able to touch their startup overtime once again, but Boop, you know, I said it was a miracle, and I think it might just be because Gladiators Legion, they have 6.5 times the time that Second Wind had, and, you know, given Second Wind's difficulty, not only attacking, but also defending on this point A, things are looking, you know, very risky. However, never say never, right? As long as they're able to match Glad's pace here, they may still have a chance. It will be a little bit difficult, but with the ability of the two supports right here, Haku and Karkar, I have no doubt that they're going to be trying their best, their darndest to keep Akawa alive and healthy. But here's the thing. Look at what Gladiators Legion are showing. It is Spawn right now, so there's always the potential for the mad debate, but I am so excited. We may start to see some of the dive heroes coming through this time.
I think we're probably gonna. I think we will see here in just a second, as I don't think Pooks is gonna be rocking that Genji unless he can flex on that Genji and have that Lucio in his back pocket.
You never know. Lucio requires a lot of aim. All right.
That is true. You just hold left click and you just move around, right?
Ooh.
Exactly. Second Wind though is gonna have to hunker down here and take 6.5 minutes off of that clock. Dalton might be using this as a spawn. Maybe you were right. No, it looks like I was, as we're going to see that Goats comp. I love your wishful thinking, however. It keeps my glass half full.
I'm an optimist. It's how I stay young.
Second Wind, though, again, they have to hunker down. They have to take time off the clock. If any of them die, this could be the end for Second Wind on this map. The shield bashes have already happened, but Frill going down. The AoE healing is not going to be there, but Gladiators Legion is being taken down pretty low. Gods is off of that mech, but Haku's going to be the only bright spot right now on this defense. It is a 5v6 right now, 5v3 on this point. And look at this. Gladiators Legion will easily take this first tick. They only needed 3 team fights to get those points.
3 team fights and only 33% on point A, and that will do it. Glads reclaim their lead here 2-1, and feels bad, man, but I just saw Akawa. I'm a main tank player as well, a lot of hours on Reinhardt, and sometimes you get taken down low very early and you're just mad hopping with that mouse too, trying to shield, but as you saw, you know, once again, the target selection coming through from Gladiators was just too strong. They immediately smelled blood in that water and just destroyed the Reinhardt, and without that main tank, there's just, you know, no prayer.
Yeah, we are not lying when we say the main tank is important in Goats, and when you go down so early, you're not going to have that enabler on your team. Reinhardt's able to open up so many opportunities for the rest of the team to take advantage of.
Space. It's all about space and that positioning. You saw that Gladiators were able to hold Second Wind at the choke, at the doorway to point A, whereas Gladiators Legion, you know, working off of that positivity, that energy, and that confidence, just walked straight through. And there was nothing that Second Wind could do because, you know, among other things, one of the key things as a good Reinhardt player is able to project that confidence, that aggression, that, hey, you don't want to mess with me, right? My whole team's got my back. You throw a Discord orb on me, my Zarya's got an ally bubble ready. You try to throw some projectiles my way, my D.Va has Matrix for me ready, right? And unfortunately, the same couldn't be said for Akawa throughout the majority of that Hanamura map.
So again, we talked about the mental state coming from Hollywood after halftime, but after getting rolled on Hanamura, now we're going to talk about the other side of that. The coaching is so important here.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gladiators Legion, they got a new coach, Simon, who used to work with Isurus, that had found great success right there. And also just, I think, a lot of these individual players have so much experience to draw upon. They've been playing Hanamura since this map was released. So they know all the ins and outs, the nooks and crannies, how to come back from a very disappointing loss on Hollywood.
So Second Wind showed us that they have the ability to take these fights against Gladiators Legion. They were able to get that map win on Hanamura, but as of right now, the score stands Gladiators Legion 2, Second Wind on 1. We're going to enter our fourth map here in just a second, but what are you going to be expecting are you going to see any adjustments from Second Wind going into this next map?
You always hope for adjustments from the GOATS composition. I'll just say that very broadly, but, we may see some different heroes coming through depending on the escort map that we go to next. Hey, Route 66! So this is going to be a slightly different flavor of escort. We saw a lot of Dorado yesterday, but Route 66, certainly can favor that GOATS composition, but divers also, even on the very first point, again, utilizing that environment, that verticality can be quite effective.
And so Route 66 offers opportunities, though, more than some of these other maps for those different team comps. Doomfist comes out here pretty frequently.
Doomfist, Sombra, potentially. You can even see Widowmakers. That very open space off of the spawn of point A, gives her a lot of great line of sight onto the enemy team.
Well, and also Hammond comes out on Route 66 quite frequently as well. There's a lot of opportunity for that grappling hook to be effective, but this is all wishful thinking until we get into that game. But, the way that things have been going, right? The GOATS hasn't worked for them in this half so far. Is it time to try to counter it?
That's a good question, Boop, and unfortunately one that we can't really answer just ourselves. I will say that one of the good things about running a GOATS composition is that, again, there's a lot of different flavors of GOATS, right? You can change just one hero in your composition and have a wildly different play style without giving up a lot of that ultimate generation. So, for example, as we saw, from both teams so far, you have a Reinhardt-style GOATS. You can easily swap to a Winston, make it easier to dive that backline, take space, make use of that verticality. You could also throw in a Sombra, that's also very popular, or, even a Protect the Cowboy, that McCree Brigida composition. Everything else stays the same.
But one of the hard parts about countering GOATS is, in order for GOATS to counter you right back, instead of switching 3 characters, using that Sombra, using that Doomfist, GOATS just needs to change one. And a lot of times it's moving that Reinhardt onto that Winston.
Yeah, indeed. It will be Gladiators Legion defending first here. So Second Wind, the ball is really in their court right now. They have the opportunity to set the pace here on the fourth map of today. They are down 1. They're really going to be looking for a good pace to give Gladiators Legion a run for their money once again.
All right, the gates are about to open, and it looks like we will be seeing GOATS on both sides, but we're going to be seeing different versions of it. So we're going to see Akawa on that Winston. And, after the game he had last game, it might be good to get a little refresher on that Winston, so when he goes back to that Reinhardt, if he does, he's going to feel a little bit better on that. We talked about that mental game. However, they're going to go ahead and cede this space off to Big Earls.
Yes, we have Gladiators Legion holding just around the corner, one of the favorite places to hold here. Second Wind getting a little bit of a free push, but Mirror's already used that ally bubble, taken down incredibly low, forced to back up.
And so they're just jostling for position right now. Akawa's trying to get that cleave damage into that back line, and looking at these ultimate charges, it looks like Dalton's a little bit further ahead on that Graviton Surge, and support-wise, it's split. Gladiators Legion's going to get that transfer. Second Wind's going to get that sound barrier first. Let's see which is going to be effective. Akawa's again on Big Earls, cleaving that backline and actually taking a lot of them pretty low, but this is an opportunity for the supports for Gladiators Legion to come back. Oh, the Graviton Surge from Mirror is going to cause Second Wind to get these kills right now. Gladiators Legion is going to have a hard time coming back. You don't see fights in that hallway very, very often, but Second Wind's going to win it.
Yeah, Second Wind making usage of the environment as we talked about earlier, but in an unexpected way, corralling Gladiators Legion into that tiny hallway, and that is actually a very dangerous place to be against a Zarya and a Winston. That cleave can reach so many places, and you're already in there. It's almost like you're grabbing yourself. Even if Mirror hadn't chosen to use that ultimate, it would have been a very sticky situation for Gladiators. They would have had to wait for that shield to charge back up, or maybe Panker take a risky charge straight out of that hallway in order to reposition.
Yeah, And Second Wind doesn't need to charge much right now in terms of ultimate economy. Mirror, the only one without it, and he potentially can give them the full 6 ultimate, you know, briefcase that they might have. Frill, though, is going to use that rally, so that's not going to happen just yet. Mirror will get that grab very, very soon. Earthshatter coming from Gladiators Legion is not going to be very, very big, as Akawa is pushing him off of the, to try to make him less aggressive. Self-destruct now from Gods will get Haku. Fried is going to get a self-destruct of his own. He's going to get 2 of his own, 2.5. So Second Wind's going to have the better self-destruct, and now they have the better team fight.
Karkar has been playing amazingly right now. Gone are the days of Lucio's just sitting on payloads, you know, moving it. Karkar right there, not only did he have the boop to reposition Panker's charge so that he just smashed into the sign, got nothing, but that self-destruct connecting on the 2.5 was absolutely set up by another really great Lucio boop to misposition Panker's shield. So great support play from Second Wind so far. And Dalton actually on the Sombra now. We do see things swapping up. He's just scouting right here.
Oh, the hack not in time to stop that Primal Rage, so he's going to be able to use that. Kawa getting pretty low, even with this Primal Rage, but the support is there. The stun is going to try to take some time off of that ultimate. Transcendence is going to save the rest of Gladiators Legion. Panker did use that Earthshatter. It wasn't very effective as no one was killed through it. Frill taken very, very low, and he's going to be the first one to fall. Dolphins showing that Sombra switch might be exactly what Gladiators Legion needed, and now they're pushing Second Wind back.
Yeah, Gladiators do give up the potential for a Graviton Surge without a Zarya on their team, but so far the Gravs haven't really been making a huge difference, so this is a very good swap from Dalton. Mirror, they recognize, already has such a huge advantage here. Why not? Why do we need to go Grav v Grav? We're not going to play that game. We're just going to focus on shutting you down.
Akawa has switched back to that Reinhardt, you know, got the Winston warm-up, was working, but now with that Sombra, it's going to be a little bit harder to use, and Dalton does have that EMP, and they're in a hallway, so he's going to be able to get all 6 of them potentially. He's going to have to try to get, but he didn't use it in time. The shield bash actually stunned him, but he didn't use that EMP, but now they probably know he has. That was a big opportunity that could have been wasted, and he's going to use the EMP right now. The self-destruct is out, so they don't have the cooldowns, and that's why we have that double kill coming from Gods. This has got to be the most self-destruct kills I've seen in Contenders in a very long time.
Oh, turn the lights down low. Beautiful EMP into self-destruct combo right there from Gladiators. Absolutely decimated Second Wind. Akawa was bundled away from the rest of his team, a little bit overextended, not able to get any resources right there. And again, you really need that Reinhardt main tank to be up and alive. Gladiators Legion looking really strong here on point B, but Second Wind going to rotate, take the high ground route instead.
But they do have that bigger bang combo. Second Wind does with Fried, with that self-destruct and a Mirror with that Graviton Surge. Are we going to see that the shield bash will be used on Fried first? The Transcendence, I believe, Sound Barrier was used from Hoogs. The Earthshatter is going to go down as well. Dalton's going to get the first kill. Once again, Transcendence from Rolf is going to keep the rest of Gladiators Legion alive, and this is going to be keeping them alive long enough to win this team fight.
Yeah, just another really great, clean team fight from Gladiators Legion right there. Mirror grabbed, but a beautiful counter shatter from Panker shuts down the possibility for any follow-up from Second Wind. Dalton right here just being so obnoxious. That's one of the things. We talked about that mental aspect before, Boop, but you get so nervous, so apprehensive. Somebody invisible could be shooting you in the back of the head at any time.
This could be another big EMP for Dalton. He is behind the team, but it looks like Haku could see this coming, and the EMP is late. Was trying to get the 6-man EMP, but might have actually held on to that just a little bit too long, giving Second Wind an opportunity to get the rest of Gladiators Legion.
All about that timing, and unfortunately Dalton waiting for the perfect moment, but unfortunately that window's going to close in a second as Akawa chose to Earthshatter just at that moment. So no value to be found from the EMP, but he's still there stalling this for a second last defense.
Frill is going to take Dalton down, so this is a 6v5 on the point. Self-destruct from Gods. Is going to get 2. That Reinhardt was booped up, making sure that he couldn't protect the rest of the team, and 2 go down because of that. And that is exactly what Gladiators Legion was looking for on this defense. Once again, they look like they were going to give up this point, 2.96 meters, but they're going to have that deep.
Anybody keeping track? Gods? You know, who's up now? This is incredibly important. Who has gotten more self-destruct kills between Gods and Fried? Gods, he threw his now, but Fried going to have the opportunity to answer back with his own. There's going to be very little setup, however, and very little time. 10 seconds left. Somebody from Second Wind's got to touch this payload.
Fried's going to drop that self-destruct. Will it be big? No, it will not. They're going to have to wait for some other ultimates to come. Rolf is going to drop that Transcendence, keep the rest of the team alive. This has been very effective. He's been using those really, really well well, and it's allowed Gladiators Legion to get pretty offensive in their fights. Gods will take down Akawa. This is looking good for Gladiators Legion to stop him here without getting that second point.
Exactly. A big Earth Shatter here just to finish things out. Try and push all of those second wind bodies off. Sound Barrier dropped by Karkar, but hits about 4 members of the team. However, it's not enough to save Fried, who loses his mech. Massive EMP from Dalton now hits many of the second wind team, and that will be it. Gladiators hold before B.
And so Second Wind is working with 1 point. They got stopped on a street phase. Gladiators Legion knows exactly what they need to do to try to get that third map.
Yeah, and again, it's so much clearer when you know what the win condition is. It's that shining green box of victory. In this case, you only need to go this far. So you can start metering those ultimates. Okay, we have, 5 meters left before we win this fight. We have, a Graviton Surge. Okay, that should be enough. Oh, EMP would be good too. You can kind of start figuring out how much effort, how much force you need in order to close that final last bit of distance. So things looking pretty good for Gladiators Legion. That Sombra pick, man, really ended up making a huge difference. They were getting swept through point A and the majority of Streets phase until Dalton decided to, just tickle the backs of the minds of Second Wind. It's like, whoo,
Just, that whispering in the back. It's like when you think someone's called your name, but no one's there.
Nobody's there.
Yeah.
Right? It's very unsettling. And every time that Second Wind tried to aggress on the payload, they had to not only be focusing on the fight right in front of them, that Rhine v. Rhine battle, but they had to be keeping, a third or fourth eye in the back of their heads on the potential Sombra stalking their backline.
Yeah, and they might think that it might be coming now, so they're going to be looking to make sure they count 6 people coming out of that spawn, because Sombra can be very sneaky and provide the team a lot of information. Dalton on that Hanzo's going to try to do the exact same thing on that Sonic Era, so if he's able to spot them in this train, this defense will be stopped in its tracks. No, he's not going to use it, and so that could have been a big deal for him. He's going to go ahead and switch back to that Zarya. They don't know that they're defending so close. They're actually going to end up behind Gladiators Legion here, but will it pay off? The last time we saw a close defense, Second Wind got absolutely stomped. They had to give up all of that space, but God's getting DMAC that early means that Second Wind might have done the right thing this time.
Yeah, there's not a whole ton to lose here. If you are Second Wind, you don't have a lot of space to give, so why not go for a very aggressive defensive hold? You lose this fight, you've guaranteed yourself at least one more chance to try and hold the cart before point A. The same can't be said if you choose to take the fight around that first bend by Big Earls.
But now Second Wind might be trapped in this train. They might have to stay here until they get dislodged. By the time they get dislodged, it might be too late. Akawa, I believe, was hacked there, but the particle barrier was there to keep him safe. Akawa's actually going to get the first kill onto Panker. Second Wind, once again, is going to get those kills, but now they have traded. This is a 4v3 on this payload right now. Gladiators Legion has those numbers. Dalton trying to get that damage on to that D.Va. The Discord Orb will help with that, and that's why we're going to see that DMAC. And looking at those old charge, Rolf is going to come in with that Transcendence.
Yeah, and a beautiful boop kill from Pooks, by the way. Able to knock Frill off of the cliff. That's a very dangerous position to be, between an open space and an angry Lucio. But now already you see Dalton making usage of that infinite stealth, trying to see which way Second Wind will be engaging in this last defense.
And so looking and taking shot with those ultimate charges. Second Wind has to. Frill just use that rally. Mirror's going to use that Graviton Surge, and it's not going to hit anybody. Might have fat fingered that one. Second Wind still does have the 4 ultimate transits coming from both of them pretty much at the exact same time. Karkar is going to get the first kill. Second Wind is going to have a numbers advantage, 6v5 on the payload right now. They're actually putting up a pretty good defense so far, taking a lot of time off the clock with that close-up defense at spawn.
Yeah, Gladiators Legion don't want to be feeding any more ultimate charge, but Second Wind aren't giving them an option right here, forcing them all the way back into spawn, and Karkar getting 2 more kills to his name. Fraggin' support right here, and Gladiators Legion getting a little bit stymied right here, but as we saw from Mirror's Grav, didn't catch anything, and that's going to be one of the main difficulties with Goats coming up against a dive. How do you actually catch any one of these flighty divers in order to kill them? Dalton already on the payload as well, forcing Second Wind back.
But to translocate back to spawn means that that's going to be off of cooldown. The EMP is there. That might be what they need to get back onto this payload. Primal Rage in this spot is huge. Haku will be booped off of the map. And look at this. It could be even better without that stun. It could have been even worse for the self-destruct coming out from Second Wind. Not going to get anybody, but they do have the numbers on the payload right. And now Gladiators Legion are going to have to reset once again.
Yeah, second win playing this pretty intelligently despite all of Panker's best efforts, not quite able to put up what Gladiators Legion needed right here. However, now this EMP into God's self-destruct could be massive. You would potentially wipe the entire team here. Second win has to be expecting this. Dalton hasn't EMP'd for quite some time. They need to be playing split up, so some of them won't be caught by this EMP.
The EMP needs to be a huge. They got to take those ultimates off of the table, but they've got to know that Dalton has it at this point in time. He was waiting for the perfect opportunity last time and it left him. Is he going to be able to rip it right here, right now? He's going to go ahead and die instead. Went for the hack onto Fried, but it took too much time and they were able to focus him down. Dies with that EMP. We have 30 seconds left on the clock.
Oh my goodness, second win right here. The wind, how the tides have turned. They're looking stronger and stronger with this defense. They still have both of those support ultimates online, and Akawa could very well likely choose to spawn camp with this Primal Rage should he. Nope, decides to go with a slightly safer route, retreats to the safety of his team.
No need to be a hero right now because you've got what you need to get this defense. Trust in your play, trust in your team, and that's exactly what he did. But the ultimate advantage is actually on both sides. They're pretty even here, but that first pick onto Panker means that things are going to be hard for him. The EMP self-destruct combo did not land. Haku's going to use that Transcendence to try to keep second win on at this point. The Graviton Surge from Mirror has been launched. Pooks is going to be taken down, and it looks like second win are going to hold Gladiators Legion here at Big Earls.
Oh, Big Earls, the place where payloads go to die. Primal Raging Akawa just finishing things off here. Panker, oh no, dead before he even hits the ground.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know what this means. We are headed to Control again because we are in a 5-game set. You know, I feel like at the beginning of this game, we all could probably feel like this was going to happen.
5 games. 5 games. I'm so excited. I said it at the very beginning of this show, but second wind, last place, season 2, and now going toe-to-toe with Gladiators Legion. Who would have seen this? I mean, it is just a testament to the willpower of this new revamped second wind roster. Of course, though, to Gladiators' credit, they are working with 2 new DPS that they'll need to integrate more smoothly, potentially, into their team. But, I mean, regardless of what the scoreline is, I'm just so happy to see some dive finally coming back.
Well, the fun thing too is that this has been a story of momentum and massive momentum swings from map to map. Almost every map has a different story for both of these teams.
Exactly, and I think that the Sombra is a very solid choice. A lot of times we saw, you know, maybe when the EMP wasn't connecting was just from a slight hesitation on Dalton's part. You saw that earlier, he went to go for that hack so you could kind of, you know, get double value, right? You hack somebody first and then you EMP the entire team. But unfortunately, sometimes when you're reaching for, you know, a quarter in the wishing pool, you fall in, and when you could have gone for a much closer penny, right?
Well, I think I would still probably go for that quarter, like personally. But that's why I'm not as good at Overwatch as a lot of these other guys, right?
I'd say that's one of the reasons.
Well, thank you, Ham. I appreciate your support. Going to keep my glass half full as well. But we're going to be entering Game 5, and Game 5 is going to be Nepal, as I think that is always the Game 5 map. And so the last time we were on Control, it was the same story as almost every other map. It was very, very close.
Exactly. Head-to-head, hotly contested match. And my question here is going to be, you know, whether or not we see some different team compositions coming through, as it's really been so back and forth. Busan did go the way of Gladiators Legion, so there is that. But Nepal is very unique in terms of control maps, especially Sanctum, Shrine, you know, kind of favor different kinds of compositions. You can start seeing some McCrees come into play. I mean, Orisas, Roadhogs, Faras in particular on Sanctum, the Boop City.
Sanctum might present an opportunity for some different team comps. And again, it's all wishful thinking until we get there, but we like the theory craft. It's kind of our job to do sometimes. But now that we're going into Nepal, one thing is for sure, this is where experience really matters, is in that 5th game.
Oh, absolutely. You are exhausted, right? You've expended all of your energy all the way up to this point, fighting tooth and nail in this really competitive matchup. And now you got to make sure that not only is your team comp solid, but your communication is down. You're still sticking to those good Overwatch fundamentals. Positioning, ultimate usage, the ability rotation, those are all going to be key.
And so we're going to start our tiebreaker very, very soon. Gladiators Legion, second win in a 5th map here. This is going the distance, my friends. We're about to open those gates, and we're seeing things that are very familiar on both sides.
Alas, no Rocket Queens gracing our screens, but it will be a monkey on one side and a 800-pound suit of German engineering on the other side. So Second Wind will have the advantage in mobility, but they're not going to be able to stay too long on this objective. Gladiators Legion, as we can tell, already pressuring the point, as Goats is wont to do. Second Wind, they're going to have to be dancing around, giving Mirror the time to work up high energy, become that DPS the team needs.
And this first fight is so important. Statistically, the team that wins this first fight is most likely to win that round. But look at this, Gladiators was able to cap the point before Second Wind was able to get on it. So what is going to happen right now? It's going to be Second Wind trying to get on this point, because Gladiators at this point are defending it, and that's going to be much harder for Second Wind to break through.
Certainly, there are a lot of big CC ultimates that can catch a few members of Second Wind right here. Akawa getting that ally bubble is no longer online. Gladiators Legion should be counting those abilities. Panker goes through, but the self bubble saves Mirror.
Just barely, but a lot of Second Wind was taken low, but not as low as Gods is a mech. Is he going to be able to remech? He's over 50%. That can come back pretty fast, especially with Rolf's Transcendence protecting him that whole time. That really good Fire Strike kill onto Karkar. Those always feel really good. It's like popping a pimple, but Gladiators Legion is going to have 4 ultimates now, and we told you how important it is to grab that first fight, and you're seeing exactly why.
Absolutely. You have that home base to defend from, and here on Village, this little hut is a veritable concrete bunker for Gladiators Legion. As we see here now, Panker is coming into his Earthshatter. Dalton's going to have that Graviton Surge. Second Wind playing that Dive Goats composition. They want to dance around the point. They need to keep Gladiators Legion at arm's length. Otherwise, you know, they're going to find themselves between a wall and a meat hammer. There's no way that they can out-sustain. So, Akawa going to be swapping onto his own Reinhardt now.
Earthshatter not going to get much. Sound Mirror coming out from Gladiators Legion. They really want to keep this point for themselves. Self-destruct is going to damage the Diva, but Gods is going to throw his self-destruct. The shield's not there. Is going to get Akawa. So this is a 6v5 for Gladiators Legion. That's a huge advantage since they already own the point.
Could have been a mispositioning from Panker, but he made the best of it. A massive charge out from left field, takes the legs right out from Akawa, allows that self-destruct from Gods to connect, and Gladiators Legion looking strong to continue to hold this point. However, they did expend quite a few of their ultimates here. Rolf will be close to that Transcendence. Ooh, that is a dangerous place to be, but Second Wind don't really have any ultimates to their name either.
Oh, really good stun on it to Akawa, and they're far going to get that kill. Gladiators Legion also has the ultimate advantage, and they have a massive one right now.
That was actually really crucial stun from far. He may well have saved that fight from his team. Both of the Reinhardts, Panker and Akawa, aggressed very far into the enemy death ball, but it was Far that had that crucial stun to stun Akawa. The rest of Gladiators fell upon him like a pack of dogs, allowing Panker to get all of that hammer damage through.
Haku potentially might need this Transcendence to get onto the point, but no, that's not gonna happen, as Diva's gonna be the one to do it. Earthshatter's gonna knock 2 in the backline. Akawa taken very, very low. Will he be down? No, he will not. The heals are going to be there. Graviton Surge from Gladiators Legion is gonna get 3. The self-destruct is behind the shield. The damage is there, but it isn't gonna be taking any kills. Panker has an Earthshatter of his own. It's gonna keep Akawa on the ground. Are they gonna focus him down fast enough? Gods is trying his darndest to do it. Akawa, though, is gonna get the D-Mech, or Haku is gonna help him out. No mech for either Diva right now. Fried and God's trying to get back in there. God's very, very close. Akawa, though, is gonna get the kill, and so Second Wind all of a sudden has an advantage here on the point. God's, though, gonna get that mech right back. Fried also did the same thing, so things are pretty much even, but Second Wind is gonna have one more member. Sound Barrier for Gladiators Legion is gonna give him enough HP to potentially compensate for the 6v5. The self-destruct is not gonna get anybody, but a good charge kill on too far. Second Wind has now a 6v3 on this point. Rolf will have a Transcendence for the next fight, but they're gonna wait for that next fight because Second Wind will take this point.
Second Wind, gouging eyes, pulling hair right here, finally manages to flip the point back into their control, and woo! Everybody can take a big breath right now. That was a toe-to-toe battle. It was all off of some great distractions. Second Wind threw, I believe, Karkar onto the point, and Gladiators Legion was forced to send some bodies there to contest. Unfortunately, that split the members of their team, and Goats, without all 6 members together, just not quite as strong as the full force thing. Now Second Wind win, though, it is going to be up to them to continue to hold this point.
Earthshatter not going to get much because of those particle barriers. My Mirror is going to use that Graviton Surge. Akawa with that charge kill is going to give Second Wind another numbers advantage. Gods might have to use that self-destruct to get back into that mech, and that's what we're going to see. Is he going to be able to get back in? Oh, he did get the self-destruct kill on Akawa, though. He goes down, but that might be enough for Gladiators Legion to come back onto this objective and potentially take it. If they take Hard down, this is over for Second Wind, but no, that's not what we're going to see, as Transcendence from Haku is going to save the rest of the team. They're pushing Gladiators Legion back, and all of a sudden we're on our last team fight.
Yeah, Second Wind with a second of breath right here, able to defend Akawa with that crucial charge kill, whereas that counter shatter from Panker could have ended things right there. Second Wind would have been able to get any throughput damage, but for their Reinhardt, and now Frill ready with that rally armor. They're going to need it against the Graviton Surge from Dalton.
And there's a potential for a setup for that self-destruct from Fry. Dalton with this grab could win the game for Gladiators Legion. He's going to use it behind the team. Are they going to have enough damage and throughput to get there? Fry is going to have to use that self-destruct. Frill is down, so this is a 6v5. The self-destruct did not get anybody. Akawa with that Earthshatter will get far. Are they going to be able to focus down that Brigitte? It looks like they will. This is even on the objective right now, but Gladiators is actually going to pull back in time and take this point, 100-99, continuing the pattern from Busan.
Ooh, again, such a closely contested matchup, Boop. It couldn't have been closer. Gladiators Legion will take the first round village, but depending on how the cards fall, we may be going to Sanctum. And indeed, yes, this is where we see off-meta comps shine. This is where Orisa, that hunker and bunker comp, was born. We may well see a little bit of that come through, but or not. I think I've been like 0 for 5 so far today. So add another wrong prediction to that list. Second Wind and Gladiators looking like they're both going to be sticking to their favored dive goats once again.
So Panker has been pretty good on that Reinhardt. We haven't seen him as much on this Winston. Akawa's played a little bit more Winston, has found more success on that, in my opinion. Second Wind and Gladiators Legion are now racing to the objective. One of my favorite parts of Sanctum is where the fights can happen. And so, look at this. Second Wind are going to try to get onto that high ground, and Gladiators Legion are seeing them right now. They're going to loop right back around. Now the objective is going to be where this fight takes place. No boops for Lucio so far. They're keeping their bodies pretty safe. Gladiators Legion, though, is going to take space on the objective right now. Is that going to be enough to flip it? They were able to grab it for free last time. Is it going to happen once again? It looks like it will. Gladiators Legion will start those percentages.
And Panker, again, beating Akawa in terms of ultimate generation here. That stalling Primal Rage, so crucial to buy percentage, and will have that potential for knockback as well. Now, Second Wind re-engaging, from the other side. Sometimes you just want to go from the left.
Oh, without that shield bash, that Brigitte would be off of the map right now. Pook's trying his best to get those environment kills, but right now he's just going to go back to spawn. Gladiators Legion down 2 people on the objective right now. Second Wind looks like they will take it. Look at this ultimate economy, pretty even on both sides.
Yeah, pretty even, but Haku, man alive, getting some finishing frags with that Zenyatta. He will have that Transcendence for his troubles very shortly, but Second Wind, not actually letting Gladiators Legion get away with too much. Glads only have about 30% to their name here, and Mirror's going to have that Graviton Surge, and this is a great positional advantage. You see he's crouched in the corner, waiting to catch them off guard.
But they took a different direction. Instead, rally coming from Frill is going to give Second Wind that armor mitigation. Bar is going to get the same for Gladiators Legion, but Dalton is going to be the first to fall. Mirror did use that Graviton Surge. Dalton will have one for the next fight. That could actually be good news for them. Rolf taken very, very low, and Second Wind is going to win another fight.
Yeah, things looking good for Second Wind right here. They won that fight off the back of just one ultimate, so that is really good value. Unfortunately, Panker tried to go and open up the point with that Primal Rage. Unfortunately, that left the rest of his team open for Mirror to grab them. He was able to get a solo kill on the enemy Zarya. That's always going to be a feels good, as Fried up here, ready, scouting.
Mirror is going to be the first to fall, was bursted down by Gladiators Legion. Gods, though, is going to be the one to get that final kill. The numbers advantage is Gladiators Legion, but now the trades have happened. It is 4v4 on the objective right now. Sound Barrier is dropped for Second Wind. They don't have one on Gladiators Legion, as both supports were down. Self-destruct for Second Wind could knock everyone off, but no, they're going to be able to hide just in time. Dalton, though, is going to get the kill onto Haku. The Graviton Surge was used, but now Gladiators Legion has an ultimate advantage. They have a man advantage on this point, and they're going to win this team fight and potentially flip this point.
That was actually a pretty good self-destruct from Gods. Even though it didn't connect with any kills by itself, it forced everybody off of the point, and the second wind supports got caught in that tiny death hallway where they were easily finished off by a very high charge Zarya. So Gladiators Legion at about 80% to second wind managed to flip things back. Gladiators though, they need to continue to hold here, whereas second wind only need about a single clean fight in order to tie things up.
And so are they going to get that clean fight? Panker's trying to make sure that they don't with that Primal Rage. Far has that rally. Pooks has that sound barrier, and that's going to be exactly what they need when second wind decides to engage on them. And that's what we're going to see. Haku's going to rip that Transcendent. Sound barrier is going to be there in response. And now we do have a fight on the objective. Mira's very, very close to that Graviton Surge. So is Dalton. Who's just going to find more value? Mira's going to try it first and is going to get those kills. No, because of that Transcendence, everyone is going to stay alive. And now Gladiators Legion is going to have their Graviton Surge. Will they get the kills? It does look like it is Haku's going to be the one go down, but look at that Boop kill. Far is going to go down and give Akawa that Boop kill, and because of that, second wind is going to even it up on this fight right now. Actually, it was better than even. Oh no, Fried used that self-destruct as he was falling down, but will they need it? Gladiators Legion close to that 99. Second wind's going to win this fight, but if Gladiators Legion or second wind win this next fight, they will be the winner of the round.
Absolutely. It's looking like Akawa is indeed so much more comfortable on this Winston than Panker. That's been about 2 Primal Rages for Panker that hasn't really netted much but air. Akawa able to find that crucial kill, Boop kill onto Far, excuse me. And now Frill will have the rally to keep his team topped off and healthy, and Haku again, cross-map kill.
Hey, that is a huge pick for second win, especially now that we're at 99-96 in overtime. Transcendence is going off for Gladiators Legion right now. Second win will have theirs very, very soon. Karkar's going to use that sound barrier. As of right now, they haven't really taken advantage of that man advantage, but that D-Mech onto Gods is going to make Gladiators Legion very, very weak. But now look at this. Panker's going to knock Frill off of the map. Those are the boot kills that can bring Gladiators Legion back onto this objective. Oh no, but Dalton's going to get booped by Karkar. He heard the car horn and then he had to run away. Self-destruct now from his second win is going to wrap this up. 100-96. We are going to the max distance, my friends. Round 3 here on Nepal.
Ooh, it's all going to be decided on our third sub-map, Shrine. And man alive, that was a really good zoning kill from Fry, just to go to show, you know, hey, not all of my self-destructs are massive kill self-destructs. I also got a pretty good zoning one in my back pocket. It actually really did do the trick to get things over the finish line. Gladiators Legion couldn't touch the point because of that self-destruct positioning. Now, as we move on to Shrine, this is, you know, one of those maps where we do see some hit scan come out occasionally, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit more of the flavor of the month, the flavor of the season. Some Zenyatta goats from both sides. So Haku, you know, hasn't been popping off too much on the rest of the maps, but on Sanctum was the deciding factor for some of those kills. So going to be looking to see the Zenyatta throw in a little bit more damage, continue his hot streak.
While he wasn't doing a ton of damage, he was getting those Transcendences very, very quickly, but Gladiators are going to get the first 2 kills quickly themselves, 6v4 to open things up, and we talked about how important it is to win that first fight.
Yeah, especially on Control. This is an extremely brawly type map type, and oftentimes you can maintain control just by getting a couple of staggered kills. It's not often that you see full team fights, as Gladiators Legion likely going to be able to use their positional advantage, bring the fight to second win when they're least expecting it.
And looking at these ultimates, look at this. Panker and Far pretty close. Rolf very close to his Transcendence, and Haku not far behind. It looks like every time we look at his ult percentage, it's over 75%, having that Transcendence on a cooldown, and that might be what they need to even make it onto this point. The Earth Shatter, though, is going to stop the shield bash. Panker going to get that kill as well. That's got to feel good.
Absolutely. Frill taken out of it, and Brigida's is just kind of like a mini Reinhardt, so a really painful loss for second wind as well as Gladiators Legion. Net another clean team fight.
And so now let's look at these team comps. Oh, look at this. Fried is going to be taken down. That stagger is going to give him another 5 to 10% for free. Gladiators Legion also still ahead in that ultimate economy. And at this point, I'm willing to say they are way ahead. Fried very far away from that self-destruct. Gods getting there. And they're going to have 4 for this next defense.
And Mirror quite far from the Graviton Surge as well.
Oh
no. Karkar, you hate to see it. The victim of his own drive-by right here. Fried going to get demeched as well, and Second Wind struggling hard.
Yeah, a little bit of a flat tire to start right there. It's a little bit more innocent than what you said. Second Wind, though, does have Haku on that Transcendence, and finally they're getting to their first ultimates for this round. Mirror getting a little bit closer to that Graviton Surge, but they're not going to have any more time to get there. And look at this. Fried's going to have to lose all of that ult charge because of the D-Mech, because they let him live. And that's why it's not, you know, the best option all the time to kill that D.Va. She can lose that ult charge in spawn. But looking at ult charge again, Gladiators Legion potentially to have 6 for this next one, but a good grab from Mirror or a good Earthshatter from Akawa can change things for a Second Win. Earthshatter going to be from Akawa. It's going to whip. Really good Particle Barrier, Self Barrier from Dalton. Graviton Surge is there. He's going to go ahead and drop it. Get about 3 of them. Transcendence from Haku is going to keep the rest of the team alive. The Self-Destruct will grab Karkar once again, and then now Gladiators Legion do have a numbers advantage, but not anymore. It is now on the way for Second Win. They have an opening. They don't have that Sound Barrier, but he's going to be back pretty soon, and it looks like they're going to grab this point.
Yeah, Rolf just feeding himself onto the point. Please kill me quickly. Second Win showing that Zenyatta a bit of mercy as they capture control of this point for the first time in the round. So now they have plenty of time to think about their next game plan, because all they have online is going to be Karkar's Sound Barrier in their back pocket. And Gladiators Legion going to be able to match them defensive ult to defensive ult, but they'll also have Panker's Earthshatter. Hopefully it won't be blocked as Akawa's would in that last fight. That's going to be the hope of Legion fans everywhere.
Farzhov is going to try to set up Panker in that Earthshatter. Their Sound Barrier's there. Oh, he doesn't need a setup. He's just going to do it on his own. Dalton is going to get first blood for this fight onto Akawa, but the trades are there. But right now it's a 5v4 for Gladiators Legion. Gods is going to get D-Mech. Self-Destruct coming from Second Win. Is it going to be big? It doesn't look like that. The shield from Panker was there. He's below half health right there with Gods out of the mech. They don't have a lot of meat. Now they don't have a lot of support or healing as well. Second Win will be taking this fight.
Ooh, great positioning from Second Win to try and drag out that fight as long as possible. They actually stretched it out so far that Akawa was able to get back into the fight towards the very end there. Haku throwing out that Zenyatta primary fire, shredding the shield through that Discord orb onto Panker so that Reinhardt was forced to shield up, couldn't use any of that hammer damage to D-Mech Fried. So some excellent play from Second Win with the cards that they had.
Yeah, Dalton does have that Graviton Surge, and there's going to be some backup as well with that Transcendence. Can put him in a good position. The Akawa's going to knock 2 down from Gladiators Legion. They're going to take advantage of that. Look at Karkar coming back with those kills. Second Win has the advantage for this fight. We're in one fight territory. At this point, Gladiators Legion just need to reset, give themselves one more opportunity. But folks, we're in the last fight of this series.
Last fight of this series, and again, looking to be a 99 to 100% Second Win. They don't want to give Gladiators a chance right here. Panker forced to use the Shatter early. It's whiffs.
Oh, but Akawa is a little bit low. Are they going to be able to get that kill? No, they're unable to get to the point. Second Win take down Gladiators Legion 3-2 in a 5-map set, going the distance, coming back from 0% to 100 on round 3 on Nepal.
That is not something you see every day, Boop.
We've been saying that a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
This has just been the story of this series so far. Second Win versus Gladiators Legion. You got, a team coming from, the backwoods coming up against an Owl Academy team, right? And it is just, kind of a testament to that strength, that endurance, that stamina, right? To grind things out. I certainly wouldn't have expected, a 0 to 100% finish on the very last map of that tiebreaker. But, Second Win's like, I believe.
Yeah, Gladiators Legion were so close, but in the end, they couldn't just put it all together to seal the deal, and Second Win took advantage of that.
Yeah, Second Win seems to play, well when they have the control of the point, when they're the ones setting the tempo, as many teams are, and unfortunately, Gladiators Legion weren't quite able to adapt quickly enough on their feet to make things happen.
And so we're looking at it right here, the last fight. Panker whiffed on that Earthshatter, and that is the opposite of what they needed. They were unable to get on the point, and maybe if he was able just to walk through, save that Earthshatter to maybe get to the point and then use it, things could have been different, but that's not what we're here. That's not the reality. That's a different one.
Exactly. There are multiple planes of universes, but here right now in week 1, day 2 of North American Contenders, it will be Second Wind walking away with their win against Gladiators Legion 3-2.
So that is going to be the end for game 1, but we do have another game on a tap. That's going to be Energy versus Sky Foxes, and ZP and Avast are going to be bringing you that cast after the break.